Over the years, I've used all sorts of wobblers and wigglers. This was the first time. It had an adjustable collet, so the tension could be set. But I didn't find them all that reliable. Finding the ideal tension wasn't ideal. The trouble is with these is when they hit the edge, they kick right out and span round, and no end of time I caught my finger, because they're virtually invisible. Also, they would hit on the edge of a part and ride up and break, and we used to break no end of these tips. So I was glad when this next model came along, the Rolls Royce of edge finders, Hoffman. You can tell by the solid brass box that these were the dog's doodahs. They had a fixed tension. This one's had seen better days. They had a fixed tension spring, so they were reliable. They had a limited kick out, and you had the choice of a ball or a cylinder to find the edge of your job. They also had an extension if you needed to get down the side of a job. These were great, but they used to bounce. They used to bounce on the edge of the work, and sometimes they just weren't right. And I never quite trusted these on diameters. So, I'm sure they're great, but better ones came along. This was the first of the new type. It had a limited kick out, which I didn't like, but it was great for edges and round bars. The main problem with these was the extension spring. This one's quite tight, and if you forget to turn the speed down when you turn your spindle on, this end used to go flying off. So yeah, they were great until you turned the spindle on too fast from the previous job. They changed again a little after that, and these bigger faces here I think was a big improvement, and they allowed it to kick off a lot more. But these were even worse for flying off, and this one, as you can see, I've had to put a packer in to put some tension on the spring. But overall, aside from the kick-off, these give a nice positive readout and are reliable. Two different types of two different diameter ends as well. So moving on from them was this one. I've got it in its own dedicated R8 holder. These are exactly the same problems, but non-magnetic. And often you'd use parts that have come off the grinder nice and square, then you pop them back on the mill to jig bore some holes, and you didn't have to worry about them being non-magnetic. So we're almost there. It's just this here, this flying off business. So I've made my own. This one here. This one's very similar. It hasn't got a spring, it's got a magnet. And that magnet keeps the top end, keeps the head of it flush against the bottom of the counterbore. But you'll notice that this one has got a 4mm offset. So the most swing it can get is 2mm. And to me, this is the best so far. If I turn it on fast, it can't fly out. And it's got a double diameter again at the end, and also a point if you need to use it. So that's my solution to the problems of the edge finder. It's a very positive response, 2 mil kick out, and it's safe even if you turn it on too fast. Although the magnet holds the probe firmly upright, it has a very low sliding resistance. This allows the probe to automatically run eccentrically, even at low speeds.